Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Deadzerg and Avilo on Newkirk Precinct. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Deadzerg from Imperative Gaming. And the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Avilo! So Avilo is known as somebody who's been trying to mech with Terran for a long time in Legacy of the Void and not have tons of success. He's obviously winning games, but it's not like people are trying to copy him or anything. But now, in Legacy of the Void, the latest patch, there have been changes made to buff the Cyclone, to buff siege tanks, changes made to Protoss and Zerg to assist mech to be more viable. And I'm going to assume Avilo's meching. I don't think I've ever seen him do anything else, really. So mech it's going to be out of our Terran player, and Deadzerg is smart enough to know what to expect from his Terran opponent. Again, he got the little Doge face, wearing the hat. I don't even know if that's actually a hat or just like MS Paint paintbrush tool used to give him a winter hat. SCVs versus probe action. Who's going to win this thing? The probe decides he wants nothing to do with it. He's running away. He doesn't want to lose that precious health. He can lose shields and regen those, no problem. But losing health, he can never get it back. Never, ever get it back, which is kind of nuts if you think about it, right? It's Protoss. It's like this incredible advanced species. You take the shields down, they can replace those. But if you actually get into the squishy parts of them, they can't fix that. How crazy. Like, Terran can heal. Zerg just regen health all the time no matter what. And but Protoss can't do it. Something I hadn't really thought about before in the lore aspect of StarCraft 2, but it's kind of a hole if you think about it. I mean, it makes sense for gameplay. It's probably a very balanced thing. And let's go ahead and move on in. What do we got here? Terran player. I don't see a second gas out of Avilo, but that is a pretty quick factory. It is a Marine under production right now, so it's not going to be any kind of a Reaper expand. And we'll see what he does when this factory is complete. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Okay, he is getting that second refinery now. That would happen while I had my attention elsewhere for a second. Adept on the way for Deadzerg. And that second Nexus is coming up as well. All right, Mothership Core on the way to defend anything that's coming from Avilo. Starport there. Starport follow-up out of Avilo. Does have a Hellion and a Marine here, making another Marine too. Probe dies. Probe tries to scout what's up. Does see the Starport. Nothing too crazy there. There's the Cyclone. All right, Cyclone on the way. This is basically a 1-1-1 build, isn't it? It is. 1 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. Destiny Cloudfist is here. Is here for you guys in 2017. Production tab went away for a second. We're back. Stalkers coming in for Deadzerg Robotics Facility, warping in as well. And there's the expansion for Avilo. So he wants to have some level of defense or aggression here. There is the medevac. All right, so a handful of Marines and a Cyclone and a Hellion moving out with medevac support, or perhaps just defending. Perhaps they're waiting for Adepts to show up, as early Adept aggression is very popular in the PvT matchup, at least lately here. A couple more gateways on the way for Deadzerg. He's got an Observer on the way out of that robotics facility, which is great. Observers, always make them. Protoss, there's just no reason to skip an Observer. You'll always be glad you had one and never be like, man, I wish I hadn't spent that, what is it, 25 minerals and 75 gas on an Observer. So worth it. So worth it. Like, maybe the best unit in the game. Maybe. So moving out with the 3 Marines and a Hellion. Did not bring along the Cyclone. Didn't have room for it. Actually, didn't have room inside the comfy confines of that medevac. But maybe if you moved a Marine out, you could bring a Cyclone. That seems worth it. Seems worth it. But maybe he needs that many Marines to deal with a Mothership Core. I don't know. See, look, the Observer saw it coming. Ah! Observer already making itself known in this game. Stalker's ready to rock. Stalker's trying to get that medevac out and running as Avilo. Ah! Run! That's why you flew right past an Observer. That hurts. That hurts. Raven in production for Avilo. Kind of making like a one of everything kind of build right now. I mean, I guess he does have a few Marines and a couple Hellions, but still indeed. So trying to move up the front here with the Hellion going to die pretty much immediately. Just scouting on in, seeing what's up. Photon overcharge and Stalkers murder it. Pieces falling onto the grass. That'd be funny if the grass caught fire when burning fragments fell on it. The trees catch fire if there's splash damage around them. Like Hellions are roasting something near here. The trees will burst into flames. SCV trying to scout the timing on that third base by Deadzerg does get shot in the face by Stalkers. Information not very important. Marine shutting down a probe here. Probe just trying to take a third base down here to the right of the natural. But gets actually murdered by the Marine. Good pickup there by Avilo. Actually, nice job indeed. So, tank here as well for Avilo. A Banshee. He's like, can I make one of every unit? One Raven, one Marine, one Siege Tank, one Cyclone. He does a lot of SCVs, which is probably good. Probably good for him. Stalker's moving out for Deadzerg with a super cool looking skin that Puck also has here. Cloaking field on the way for Banshee. So Cloak Banshee. Observer really wants to scout things. But the combination of the Raven and the Cyclone does take it out just inside that detection range. Just inside that lock-on range. Nice pickup by Avilo again. So Avilo looking pretty good so far. Again, it takes a while to get your mech ramped up. And you're kind of vulnerable for a little bit. But he's able to pick off observers. He's able to kind of keep Deadzerg on the back foot just a little bit. Deadzerg is getting a third base in response to this, recognizing that mech can't be super punishing for at least 10 minutes. It feels like I've just never seen a super viable mech build that, well, unless you're one-basing it, I have seen some really nice one-base builds do some work against Protoss especially, but otherwise it takes a while to ramp up. So here comes Warp Prism Special Tactics on the way from Deadzerg. Missile turret here for Avilo. It's like 4 seconds too late. The Warp Prism is going to get in here, bypassing that completely impotent missile turret. Oh, so close. Another missile turret at the bottom is done, though, and Warp Prism decides to run for it. No, not going to happen. Whole army shows up. Warp Prism's already gone and not dead. Hey, so my wife and I have been watching the OA on Netflix. It's an original series on Netflix. Can't get it anywhere else. By the, like, quick aside, there are so many original content programs on Netflix right now. And I saw this thing today in the news. They're planning on putting 60 new original content shows out next year alone. I can't watch all that. And it's all good. It's all good, which brings me back to the OA. Watch the OA. Just search it. It's a weird name. I know it's a weird name, but it's a lot of mystery. It's got some good characters in it. It kind of reminds me of Lost in a couple ways. Maybe not as much action, but still some really interesting ideas. I think it's just a one season of 8 episodes right now, so nothing too crazy, not a huge commitment. Just give it a shot. All right, so here we are, meching it up. A few Marines mixed in here as well. The Zealot's going right for the tanks, though. Zealot's going right for the Marine Stalkers, trying to pick what they can out of the air. Auto turrets being tossed on down by the Raven as well, getting murdered pretty quickly. Cloak Banshee really taking a toll on this army, though. The Observer got picked off. Great job by Avilo. The rest of his stuff is gone, but the Cloak Banshee still going to town, trying to pick off what they can here at this third base, killing probes, getting out of the range of the Photon Overcharge, but another Observer is here. Stalkers do shoot them away. Another Photon Overcharge there as well. Is there any detection up here, though? I think you could probably go in there and be all right, Avilo. He's trying... Whoa, he's trying to get rid of the Cybernetics core, but I don't know if it's going to work out for him. Tank on the high ground for Avilo. Can't quite reach that mineral field. 2 Banshees in a great position to make this thing happen. Cybercore is going to die. Deadzerg is making Void Ray. Very interesting. Stalker... And Banshee here clearing out the Stalkers, allowing the Siege Tank to, there we go, reset up an area to completely shut down this third base. Completely shutting it down here. Third base under fire. A counterattack by Deadzerg. He's got Zealots. Lift the supply depots. There we are. Oh, last second. Last second lift. There's only a Marine in that bunker, though. That's not good. Tanks and Marines showing up. Repair the bunker. Can they get it? Yes. He manages to hold by pulling all of his SCVs here. But also... Actually, I want to see that. What fixed this? Void Rays. Void Rays cleared out the tank and the Banshees, as neither of those things can shoot up, and Void Rays are, in fact, flying units. Fleet Beacon coming in for Deadzerg. We going to see Carrier. We going to see Carrier in this game. I feel like we are. Battle Cruiser to Avilo. Double pumping Battle Cruisers. Getting a weapon refit, which increases the starting... No, is that the... crap, that's the Yamato cannon upgrade, right? Weapon refit. Where's my stupid fusion core at? There it is. Yep, Yamato cannon upgrade. Okay. That's right, because energy has been removed from the battlecruiser entirely. See, you just got this kind of cooldown thing. Cooldown thing going on. Tactical jump, cooldown 71. Yamato cannon, cooldown 71. Excellent. Oh, I'm excited for this one. I am excited. Third base landing for Avilo. Third base happily mining for Deadzerg and taking a fourth base in a weird location. Does not want to take this base up along this left side at all. Even though he knows it's safe, he has an observer scouting it out, taking his fourth base just kind of directly north north and to the rightish of his third, if I had to say. Carriers. Carrier has arrived for Deadzerg. Getting the Graviton Catapult upgrade indeed makes the carriers launch interceptors more quickly. Any upgrades on those? Cybernetics Core didn't actually die. I thought for sure the Banshees would get that, but no. Nope. Does he have? He's got +1 air weapons. Complete Stalkers, Zealots, Sentries moving out. Void Rays coming to the main base. Going to try to clear things out while the attention is here on this attack force at the third. And here we go. Zealots trying to distract Avilo while the Void Rays move in. Missile turret, no object. Gone. Yes, battlecruisers and Ravens are here to deal with this. Zealots doing a lot of work inside this mineral line, actually. Splash damage. Doing damage too. Void Rays using prismatic alignment. Goodbye, orbital command. Can the SCVs out-repair this DPS? Yes, actually, they sort of can. Wow! And the army shows up with auto turrets and battle cruisers and all sorts of great stuff. Yamato cannon. Boom. Goodbye, Void Ray. They do one shot, right? They do. It's 300 damage. And Void Rays have 250 hit points when fully healthy. Zealot here in the natural base going to town. Taking down a missile turret by his lonesome. How many? 13 SCVs have been killed. 8 probes have lost their lives so far. And again, this is a weird game. Void Ray Carrier versus Battlecruiser Tank Banshee Raven. I don't know if I've ever cast a game with this particular composition. Void Rays especially just don't have a huge place. They're good against Broodlords, obviously good against Corruptors. I think we've seen them, some Skyterran stuff against Zerg, especially in Heart of the Swarm. But as far as Legacy of the Void goes, I don't know if we've seen this many Void Rays in like a GM or higher level game ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. 4th base here for Avilo, taking the base on the top right, and a 5th base, here we go, top left for Deadzerg. So 3rd base traditional location, it is his 5th. Turns out a lot of gas income for Deadzerg here. Currently has 2, 4, 6, 8 assimilators pumping in that gas. Avilo going for his 4th base will soon be in a particularly similar location. Observers here hanging out, just trying to see when the mech army moves, when it is on the move, when it's ready to try to murder things, because that is the important detail that Deadzerg needs to know. +2 air weapons, +2 air and ship plating, or ship and vehicle plating is what it is. More Ravens on the way. Quadruple pumping carriers is Deadzerg. Holy crap. Holy cows. Hunter Seeker good against Carrier. Maybe Void Rays taking down the scouting barracks that is lifted off and is down here on the dead airspace in the middle of the 2 bases. Battlecruiser Harass, I think, is what we're looking at here. Avilo coming over under his own power, trying to take down a base, and when he gets in trouble, he'll just Tactical Warp home. We've seen this from Nathanius. We have seen this before. The carriers are here. Yamato cannons. Bam! Killing 2! Wow! 2 carriers. And then they just warp back home? They did! Oh, beautiful play there. Alright, so does that math make sense? Carriers have 4... Oh, they have 400 health. That's perfect. That's great. 2-shot for sure. Banshee's harassing an attempt at a 6th base by Deadzerg. Deadzerg getting a little greedy here. Gets that shut down with that 6th base directly north of his 4th. Killing a couple pylons as well. Void Rays could probably shut this down, but do they have any observers with them? I don't know, but either way, don't get too close, Banshees, just in case there is one nearby. There is, but it's not coming with. That's weird. Deadzerg maybe forgot. Did he have? He does an observer. Okay, there's another one here. There is another one here. Deadzerg is better at this game than sometimes I give him credit for, which is my fault. My fault entirely. So here's another hit squad of battlecruisers moving out. Still double pumping them back home. Is Avilo. Does he just leaving some at home for base defense? No, I think this is what he has. Ah, run! Tactical warp! Oh, losing one of them. Oh, no, it wasn't up yet. Void Rays are so good against battlecruisers. That prismatic alignment burns through them so dang hard. Ugh. It's +6 damage versus armored units. It just adds up. It adds up a ton here. So a nice Skytoss Zealot army we've got here from Deadzerg. He's Deadzerg, he's got carriers, he has Templar, he has a Void Rays in the sky, ready to burn anything. Anything that is messin'. 4th base, happily established here. Mass missile turret out of Avilo, recognizing the Skytoss composition of Deadzerg. He's going to try to missile turret himself into security and safety. Again, not a huge fan of static defense, but maybe in this situation it makes sense. Zealot's coming in, trying to do stuff, but auto turret distracts them and battlecruisers finish them off just aside the natural base of Avilo. +3 air weapons. Good heavens. +3 air weapons being researched right now from Deadzerg. More and more battlecruisers on the way. Got a second sensor tower under construction for Avilo as well. He wants to know when the fleet shows up. He wants to know so he can do something about it. Okay, are we maxed out? Yep, Deadzerg's maxed out with, what does he have? 5 Tempest, 8 Carrier, 5 Void Rays, an Adept. Did he have a Stalker? I think it might have just died. No Stalker. And a Mothership Core. Avilo at 170 supply. 2 Banshees, 2 Vikings, 4 tanks, 3 Marines, and 8 battle cruisers. That is what he's dealing with right now. An 8 battle cruiser army. Okay. Tempest, again, pretty good. Pretty good with their range. Extra damage versus massive. They were made for battle cruisers and broodlords. And opposing carriers, I guess, if it's a PvP. A battle cruiser warping here inside the main base with that +2/+2, trying to go after the Stargate that is producing, well, one of the Stargates that is producing these carriers anyway. Yamato Cannon going to try to finish it off. Extra damage, so nice. So dang nice here. Trying to get this carrier before it gets him. Carrier versus battlecruiser. Who's going to win this fight? It looks like battlecruiser might win this thing, but here we go. Big old battle right here at the 4th base. Yamato Cannon being tossed down on everything. Tempest getting the brunt of the shots there. Missile turrets trying to kill interceptors as best they can. Tempest from range sieging up these missile turrets. Pulling back and forth here is Deadzerg. This guy's still alive, but Photon Overcharge killing the battlecruiser inside the main base. And actually, the mass missile turrets might have been enough to chase Deadzerg away here. Nicely done. Nicely done. Battle cruisers. Is he not going for +3/+3 for a reason? Seems that could be the case. Indeed, it could. All right, so Deadzerg pulling back, having done some damage here, but I don't know if it was enough. Resources lost, about 11,000 for the Protoss and about 8,000, 9,000 for the Terran. All right, so a lot of bases here for Deadzerg right now. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases to the 4 bases of Avilo. Not a good place to be, but if you're more cost effective, you can make it work. Knocking out the debris for a 5th base here to the left of his natural, using all of the battlecruiser power available to him. Takes them rocks down. Missile turret central coming up here for Avilo. Again, the army's just outside here. Ah, same idea. Same idea for Deadzerg. He wants to take his base to the right of his natural, where there are debris, so using a single void ray. It's a different tactic. It's a different approach. But, you know, it'll get there. It'll get the job done. Slow and steady wins the race. +3 air armor. Finishing up for Deadzerg. Is that +3 plasma? Nope, shields, +2 shields. On the way too. So what do we got from Deadzerg? Trying to move out. Trying to see what he can see. More barracks coming in. Is that a Ghost Academy? Ghost Academy! Woohoo! Saw that immediately. Got a little lucky. Spotting that. +3 air weapons on the way for Avilo. More battlecruisers coming in. He is maxed out. Once that battlecruiser and that Raven finish, he's ready to go. He is ready to go. Another attempted expand here. Floating a command center up to this top middle-ish side of the map, but the army is here, and here we come. Carriers, Void Ray, Tempest from range. Goodbye. Command center gone. Goodbye. Missile turrets. These upgrades are good right now. 4th base under assault, trying to come in with the Ravens. Maybe Hunter Seeker. What do they need to do? They're getting shot at by Tempest is all that's happening right now. That's what we're dealing with. Ah, point defense drones. All right, so PDD's being tossed down. Carriers doing so much damage. Yamato Cannon on the carriers, though, chasing them away. Not something you want to have to deal with. Auto turrets being tossed on the ground, trying to chase away Deadzerg, and Deadzerg is chased away once again. Does he? I don't know why you'd bother turning around to attack a missile turret, because they're just going to die in 2 seconds anyway, but he did. He did for a second anyway. +3 vehicle and ship plating being researched by Avilo. Double battlecruiser on the way for him as well, and he does have his 5th base established. Again, missile turrets everywhere. Does he have high-sec auto-tracking? Tell me he does. He doesn't have high-sec auto-tracking. I mean, if you have this many missile turrets, you gotta have that upgrade, is all I'm saying. Vikings mixed in. I love the Viking choice as well. Yamato Cannon firing. Bam, 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 bam. Slowly whittling down these carrier numbers. Losing battle cruisers in the process, but tactical warping the injured ones fairly well. It's like Blink Stalker is what this is. This is crazy. Missile turrets still trying to kill as many interceptors as they can. 187 interceptors have died so far. It's a lot of interceptor, but they're cheap. They are cheap. They are 5 minerals each. Avilo landing where there's a Nexus under construction. Deadzerg expanding like a madman right now. Actually has a Nexus in the middle of Nowheresville. which I don't understand. Battlecruiser here trying to shut down Deadzerg's attempt at a 7th base. I want to say that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 7th base, where that debris used to be. Another command center going to die as the Protoss fleet shows up to burn down this command center that's attempting to land where the Nexus is already warping in. Army trying to save it from Avilo. Can he get there? And again, the Ravens at the front. They need PDDs or something. Are they throwing Hunter Seekers? They're just dying. There's the recall. Oh, Deadzerg doesn't like where he is. Forces to cancel on all these pylons. And that Nexus, and Avilo is able to land a base here after all, or construct one. Anyway, that battlecruiser just died. I think it just did. Look at that piece. Rolling, rolling, and disappearing into the grass. Trying to hit where he knows the army is not, is Deadzerg. Killing these missile turrets here at the 5th base of Avilo. Doing a pretty good job clearing them out. Easier to clear them out when you're not worried about Vikings. Turns out Vikings with that range. Bam! Tempest getting some shots off there. But man, Viking with +3 attack. Pretty good. 17 damage times 2. Yamato cannons again getting shots off on everything. Tanks, this is not your fight. Tanks, Yamato cannons actually hitting air right there. Interesting. Queuing up the Yamato cannon on something that is in the process of being recalled home. It will still fire. Doesn't cancel it. So taking out this base, and turns out, oh, so we can recall to that Nexus. That's what it is. Forcing a cancel on this base, but the top right that Avilo fought so hard to get. Leaving some Vikings on the ground to take out that Nexus. Man, incredible DPS with that full upgrade for sure. I don't know who's going to win this thing. I really don't. Deadzerg, I feel like, has a better economy, but Avilo is able to kill bases. Another base gone, though, for Avilo. He has lost 3 command centers so far. He's had a couple other canceled as well. It's like Deadzerg is just trying to keep Avilo hemmed in. So he recalled somewhere. Where it is? Here it is, the 3rd base. Avilo with the rage. What's he mad about here? Is he mad about recall? Seems like an odd thing to be mad about. It's been a thing for a while now, but perhaps he's still mad about it. Maybe he still has rage in his heart. I just, again, I'm having to guess. I don't know what his complaint is about in particular. Anyway, here he is with battlecruisers and Vikings. Again, a big-time air battle. Yamato cannons firing and taking those carriers out fairly well. Actually, there's the tactical warp on top of the mothership core. It dies. No recall for you on top of the Tempest. This is what this tactical warp was used for. More Yamato cannon firing. Hear that charging up all the time now. Can they chase down these carriers, as is all they have? Pretty good stutter step action, but having to stop a little bit. One carrier explodes. Tactical warp trying to get in places where the carriers are not, trying to hem them in. Kind of like a sheepdog is what this is. More Yamato cannon firing as that comes up. Good angling. Look at this stutter step battlecruiser action out of Avilo. Bam, bam, bam. Another carrier dying. It's 142 to 185 total supply. Deadzerg able to replace these carriers almost as quickly as they are dying. A zealot warp in here at Avilo's 6th base. Shutting that down fairly well. Avilo just going for it now. I don't know if he's going to send anybody to try to save it or not. Maybe send a battlecruiser over to try to shut it down, but Deadzerg's 7th base explodes in a gout of the blue flame. And now's the time to tactical warp on back home. Probes coming in for Deadzerg because he's just freeing up supply. He has a lot of bank. 4,000, 3,000 right now. I think he's just freeing up supply. Zealot's trying to kill stuff. Empty bunker not doing much to stop them. As it turns out, battlecruiser left behind to pick off the rest of the stuff here at the 7th base, but carriers chasing them away. What is our move speed here? It's 2.62 on the battlecruiser and 2.62 on the carrier. So same dang exact speed. Are Broodlords the same speed or are they slower? I feel like they're slower. I don't know. Finally killing all these probes, doing Deadzerg a favor. Freeing up some additional supply for some more Tempest. Is that 7 Tempest in production right now? That is 7 Tempest in production for Deadzerg right now. That's a lot. Blue Flame Hellion on the way for Avilo at the 23-minute mark. I suppose he could need it at that point. I suppose. More missile turret construction here at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base of Avilo. Deadzerg just bouncing back and forth. This is turning into a much longer game than I expected. I gotta say, I don't look at the game times when I cast them, but I did not think we'd be at the 25-minute mark almost with this one. The Zealot Warpins by Deadzerg are inspired right now. I really like them. I mean, just taking down missile turrets, forcing evacuations on entire bases. battlecruisers trying to kill these carriers. And again, he's doing a good job, right? Avilo's killed 27 carriers and lost 12 battlecruisers. That is how you do this thing to be cost efficient. But Deadzerg just has more bases. He's got a bigger bank. Get the Tempest. No, Avilo, don't just bypass that Tempest. That's a big deal. That is a big deal, getting right on top of these units. The Yamato cannons clearing this stuff out. Can Avilo win this thing right on top of the units? But the Tempest from range doing a ton of work. He's got SCVs on the ground trying to repair as best they can. It's just a cluster right now. I have no idea who's killing who. It looks like the Tempest numbers are following. It looks like Avilo might be winning this battle. Deadzerg just isn't microing at all right now, but he's got Tempest from distance picking his battle cruisers off one by one by one. Can he save him? Battle cruisers from the backside, and it's a sandwich. Battle cruiser sandwich. Can they get these Tempests? They're doing 52 damage. Nope, 56 damage per shot. Finally falling, and it's 133 to 103 total supply. Deadzerg has the lead somehow. I think it's the Zealots mostly. Stalkers on the way for Deadzerg, hopefully to deal with the battle cruisers. These Zealots are still doing stuff. That's what the blue flame is for. He's trying to blue flame these Hellions to death. No, get out of there, Hellbat. Oh, ends up getting killed. It transforms right in front of those Zealots. There are Zealots all over the map. Stalkers coming in to take down this 6 base of Avilo. More Yamato cannon action, trying to kill Stalkers, one-shotting them. I don't know how cost efficient it is, but 6 base is going to fall, I think, here. More Yamato cannon trying to take those Tempests out. Good little kiting action out of Deadzerg here as well. Blue Flame Hellbats trying to kill these Stalkers, but they're a little bit too quick. Zealots in the main base of Avilo just killing stuff, everything they can find, killing add-ons, killing starports. Seems like a good thing to do. 4 Tempest on the way at a time for Deadzerg here. They're just flashing Zealot attacks everywhere on the map right now. This Zealot could get some juicy SCV kills at Avilo's 4th base. This is 4th? I think that's his 4th. I think that's what it is. A lot of repair going down. Viking count a little bit low. It is 7 battlecruisers and 5 Vikings right now for Avilo. Trying to kill these Zealots from the air. It's just they're so fast. Look how fast they are. 4.13 move speed. Jeez. Versus 2.62. More and more Tempests on the way. Just 7 Tempests seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. Stalkers here at the 6th base once again. There are some Vikings and a battlecruiser here. I don't know if that's enough. No, the Stalkers aren't fully upgraded. They only have the shield upgrade. As again, Deadzerg has been going Skytoss at this point in time, but still, Zealot. Yep, Zealot did lock down this 4th. Zealot's locking down the natural. I mean, income cannot look good right now for our Terran player. It does not. It really does not. About 2,000 versus 800 in the mineral count. About 500 to 80 or so for Avilo. So slow death by 1,000 paper cuts strategy from Deadzerg here. He's engaging, he's harassing, he's building up back home, he's making sure that Avilo doesn't really do that much as far as killing his own things. Has he lost a Nexus? He has, right? 4. Lost 4 Nexus in this game. I guess there was the one here, and I guess there was the one here, and I guess there was the one here. Maybe this one twice? I don't know, but Avilo really hasn't gotten into the heart of the matter. One battlecruiser did cause some troubles back here in the main base, but otherwise not a huge deal. That's why he has cannons up on all of his bases in case there's a battlecruiser harassed. There's at least some way to slow that down. Stalkers moving on in. Revelation being tossed down as well. Tempest focusing down the BCs. Vikings trying to kill them, but Stalkers, if you clear those out, I think you got this thing. This might be our final battle, ladies and gentlemen. Tempest, so many Tempests from range, just dealing terrible, terrible damage. There it is again, the rage from Avilo. Very, very angry about the results of this 28.5 minutes PVT. All his battle cruisers are gone. His Banshees gone there as well. It's 152 to 42 total supply. The final mining base of Avilo has exploded. Pieces flying into the air. Hellions trying to attack here as well. Is Avilo going to make Deadzerg chase him down and murder him? I feel like he is. I feel like that's something we're gonna deal with. Yep, SCVs long distance mining. Avilo down to 18 SCVs to 50 probes for Deadzerg. Let's make that a cool 13 baker's dozen, and that's it. Avilo rage quits that game, is defeated, and Deadzerg is victorious for the Protoss today. Oh, Skyterran versus Skytoss in this latest patch is kind of insane. Kind of crazy. Wow. Whew. All right, so well played by Avilo. I liked his strategy. It's just, again, he just got out macroed, I think is what it was. There are too many bases for Deadzerg. Too much income. Like, resources lost, if we look at that one, look at that, dead even. 37 plus 15, 37 plus 15 on both of those. Dead even resources lost. 33 carriers died. 18 Tempest died. I mean, that's just huge amounts of resources lost for Deadzerg, but he was able to rebuild because, again, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases. 7 bases for most of the game, I would say. Yeah, he lost a base here and there, but he's able to replant them, no problem. And he didn't exactly win engagements handily, but he won enough. Was killing enough of Avilo's bases. The Zealot warpins and counterattacks were just inspired for sure, losing a lot of SCVs to those was Avilo, and he was forced to tap out in the end. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.